Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. It's about 5 to 5. January 30th, Thursday, 28.4 degrees. You can see we still got some daylight for almost 5 o'clock. We got minus 2 degrees here. Got another 28, so there we are. And once again, for almost 5 o'clock, we almost have daylight. Finally, the days are getting longer. Alright, what am I up to? A couple of things. I got a phone call from a buddy of mine. Signalman James works for the railroad, and he was out on a call, and he stepped in a hole and tore his Achilles tendon. I guess that requires surgery and like 3 months worth of recovery. I guess like 6 weeks. It's like a week before he gets to surgery, then 6 weeks in a cast, and then another month of physical therapy. And oh man, and I don't know if there's anybody out there, any of my subscribers that work for the railroad, but they don't do, I guess he gets 80% pay on disability, and railroad folks, at least the railroad he works for, there's some kind of federal agency, they don't get workman's comp. There's something else, someplace else they get their money from. So anyway, he's kind of got it tough out there, you know, sitting there with his tongue hanging out. Luckily, he has a couple of bucks in the bank, and he's expecting a tax return that he's going to do some home improvements with. Now he's going to be eating on that. But boy, that's a tough one, man. He was just walking along, and he stopped, and he had to turn, and he stepped backwards. And I guess when he stepped backwards, he stepped into a hole, and whew, nasty. Anyway, so for those of us in semi-good health, you got to appreciate it, because you don't know when it's going to come and go. Anyway, folks, what is this? Well, this box could be used for a few different things. It could be used for electrocuting yourself, your spouse, or your friends, or it could also be used on one of these bikes. Now, I'm setting this up so you guys know what that thing goes to, right? That plugs into the spark plug, which is all well and good, right? And I'm just bringing it out to make sure it's going to work for me. These two wires go here, right? Bang, bang, which is all nice. This goes to ground the bike. And this one, where does this one go? Do I have a spare wire? Because I got the coil inside the box. I got those two CDIs inside the box. I'm going to have to take a look. I know I need 2 grounds, and I guess I only need 1 red. So I'm going to have a spare red. Oh, that's cool. That's even better yet. Anyway, this is what the box is going to look like, and just roughly speaking, if it's sitting here, right, the spark plug wire will reach. You can see the spark plug wire reaches no problem. You can see these wires reach no problem. To turn it on, one just has to flip that up like that. The little LED will come on. To turn it off, just drop that down, it'll go off. Yeah, let me show you what I got inside the box. I gotta recheck my wiring diagram, and I might have to go to YouTube to do that, because I think I already lost it. It wasn't in the pile of stuff that I expected it to be in. So, by the way, left-handed. Watch this as I swallow the screw. Still left-handed. Okay, so you can see in the box, I got 12 volts worth of AA batteries. I got the CDI unit. I got the coil, and I have the on and off switch, which when it's on, the little LED will light up for me. And it looks like I'm set up here. It looks like I might have an extra line, right? Because That's what fires the coil. I power the coil internally. Power the CDI internally. I got an attack head here. Yeah, so I think I have everything right in the box. I might have an extra red line. I haven't hooked it up yet. I've just set it up. I haven't hooked it up. Okay, so that's one thing I'm working on. What, you? She's kind of in the doghouse. She decided to pee in the back room. It doesn't make me very happy. eBay deals. This was an eBay deal. I don't know if anybody out there recognizes it. If you do, you might want to take some more time to do some drinking. This goes to a 200X. It is the front wheel hub. The 200X I have out in the shit out there needs one of these, but it was a good deal. It was, as a matter of fact, it cost him more for postage than I paid him for the whole unit. Poor guy got screwed. But what am I going to do with that? Well, I was looking at it, and I do have a front tire to put on it, or a back tire, whatever you want to call it. But instead of out here, right, where the brake disc would go, let's say you put a sprocket on there. So you put a nice sprocket on there, suddenly you have a drive wheel. Let me show you. As a matter of fact, I got one out here. Right, you guys enjoy walking around in the snow. Sorry for the wind, but suddenly you have a drive wheel that looks like this size. This is not very healthy, but you have this size drive wheel. Well, my thoughts with all my spare time is I'd love to rig up one of these golf carts, probably one of these electrics, with a single wheel in the back instead of an axle. A single wheel driven by a fair-sized motor, and just turn it into a slider cart, a donut cart. I think that'd be really cool. So anyway, got a great deal on that. Came with good bearings, so I'm going to be able to use that in one of my projects. I'm not sure which one it's going to jump into, but one of them it'll join. All right, I got to take this out of here. Hopefully I get this wired, and we can try it out soon. So what else is going on? Here in the Hudson Valley, it's supposed to start warming up tomorrow, and then into the weekend we're actually going to get into the 40s. 40s for those international watchers. I don't know. What is that, about 10? 8, 10 Celsius. So at that point things will start defrosting, and particularly I want to get that big red there into the garage, and even if I have to put a little heater on it, I want to get it in here and defrost it. I have a rear end right there for this guy. I'd really like to get that rear end changed and put a decent set of tires in the back so that I can actually roll this thing around and get it out of my way. Right now it's just sitting there, and it's kind of in the way, quite honestly. So I'd like to be able to move some of these around. As a matter of fact, I'd like to get to the point where I could start cleaning up and tightening this mess up. I don't mind if the bikes are ready to roll, open the door, push them out. If it's raining or snowing, throw a tarp on them, then roll them back in. But I do want to get working in here. I was looking at Musty One's garage, and I mentioned that I wanted to insulate the ceiling, and Musty One said, well, part of my ceiling is plastic and it works. He heats his garage. He's got that pellet stove out there. So I'm beginning to consider the same thing. I mean, this is a 24 by 24 garage. How long would it take me to staple a tarp completely around the ceiling? The walls are real 1/2-inch plywood. Actually, that's probably more than 1/2 inch, which you know, it's if you measured it, it's 1/2 inch. So I don't know, what does that make it? 5/8 plywood, and it's got Typar on it, and then vinyl siding, obviously, right? So if I plug the ceiling up so that all the heat isn't rising, causing a chimney effect, pulling more cold air from under the doors and so forth in, I could probably get this place up to a decent temperature. It's only 24 by 24. So if I use an infrared propane, or next year I'm replacing the pellet stove, so the old one will be available to move out here. I think that'll really be nice. I need to get a functional workshop. I need to have some place to go and work on my stuff in the winter. Some place with a workbench, right? Someplace semi-warm, and this place really needs to become that. All right, guys, I've been babbling now for 11 minutes, so I better take my leave. Remember, live, love, and have a great time. Keep your tires and tracks down, your handlebars, steering wheel up. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Till then, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, and, just hanging out with me. I'm going to try to get the video production up, especially now that it's warming up a little bit. I got a lot of projects I got to get into, so hopefully physical therapy will be ending, work will be starting. Work starts a week from yesterday. I have to go back in a week, so hopefully my life will get back to normal. Enough of this sickness and accident and distraction, and back to normal stuff. Thanks for you guys who stuck with me. Here's occasional decent video, but a lot of them I just haven't been able to get much done, so got to get back to the real stuff. Okay, take care, folks. Bye now.